This week I'm taking my Mini out for a laid-back Sunday road trip through the stunning Cotswolds. We'll cruise through some seriously picturesque villages: Didmarton, Westonbirt, Tetbury, Oaksey and Beverston, soaking up those classic countryside vibes along the way. In Tetbury, we even pass through a familiar spot. Yep, it's the filming location for Rivals. Then it's time to refuel with some lunch by the water at Lake 12 before heading back home. So sit back, relax and enjoy the drive. Hi guys, welcome back. It's a Sunday afternoon in June and I've decided to go for a little drive as it's beautiful weather. So I'm going to head out up to the A46, turn left towards Stroud, and then just as I go past Badminton I'm going to turn right and head out through Didmarton, past Westonbirt and through Tetbury. And then after I go through Tetbury, I'll turn right and head out towards Kemble, but not on the main road, but sort of like through the back lanes. And then I'll go through Oaksey, which is one of my favourite villages. And then I'll head into South Cerney and into the Cotswold Water Park. So I'm hoping to get a coffee and lunch while I'm there at Lake 12 and then head back. So I've just turned onto the A46. I should imagine it'll take me about 35 to 40 minutes to get there, so hopefully not too long. So just going past the Badminton turn off now. So I'm going to be turning right to go out through Didmarton. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. Just past another mini John Cooper works, which was nice to see. It was a dark grey and red roof, I think it was. So on the right is one of the entrances to the Badminton estate. Not a public entrance though. And we're just going into Didmarton. So, nice little village. If I'm going with you, I will get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. So coming into Westonbirt now. It'd be nice to see what the trees look like. In the autumn, the colours are amazing when you come along here. On the left is the well-known Hare and Hounds pub. I've only been there once. No, actually I've been there twice. Went there for a summer party organised by a previous place that I worked, and then once for a networking meeting when I was working in my consultancy. So just come into Dowton, and on the left is the Highgrove estate, which belongs to King Charles. I drove past here, I drive past here a lot over the years, but
once I drove past several years ago, and these gates here had armed guards on, armed police. It was the only time I've ever seen that, so I'm guessing Charles was in residence at that point. That was before he was king though. Here we are, Tetbury. So if you've been watching the Rivals TV show, you'll know that the centre of Tetbury featured quite a lot, in particular this part of it. So it's quite nice when watching Rivals and seeing all the places that you recognise. Come to traffic lights in Tetbury, and it's a 4-way control, so I might be here for a little while. Hopefully not though. Just coming out of Tetbury now. A lot of new houses going up in Tetbury over the last few years. Seem to be building them really quick as well. Coming up to the Audi garage on the right. Bought my A5 from there some years ago. I remember picking it up, and on the day I picked it up, it decided to snow. So the first time I was driving it back, it was in a load of snow. So I've got to look for my right turning now. When I first used to come out this way, to come to South Surney, Matt always told me to look for the broken down tree for the right turn, but that tree seems to have gone now, so I think they have put better signposts in now though, to be fair. Like this one here, can't really miss it, but that didn't used to be there. This road heads out towards Kemble, and then you go straight over. I can't remember what the road is. I'll put it up on the screen. I've got A420 in my head, but I don't think it's that. It goes to the main road that goes into Kemble, but you cross over that, and that then goes into Oaksey. Quite narrow around here. When I was younger, I never used to remember that it was, well, I didn't ever think it was this narrow before. I don't know whether cars have got bigger, hedges have got overgrown more, I don't know. But it certainly seems more narrow. Coming up to the main road now that we need to cross, but on the left is John Deere place, which I always like looking at what tractors they've got out on the front. One day I think I will try and drive one of those. I've driven a vintage Massey Ferguson, but not one of those types of tractors, but one day. So it's the A429. So I was close. I said 420, but it was A429. Tractor. Busy farmer. So coming into Oaksey now. And they've got a really nasty ramp here, which isn't great for a Mini, because they're quite vicious. Certainly not a Mini with my suspension anyway. I've always quite liked Oaksey. Don't know why, because there's not really much to it. But just, don't know, just always quite liked it. Houses always look quite nice. So that little bridge, often you can't see people coming because of the slant. So sometimes I do beat my horn, but for some reason I don't really like beating my horn. Silly, really. We're entering the Cotswold Water Park, just past the sign. I did hear that they were renaming it. Can't remember what it was. I think it was Cotswold Lakes, because they were saying that people coming to Cotswold Water Park had the wrong idea about what it was, and that they thought it was all like lakes with lots of different activities in terms of like for children's fun things, which it's not that. There are some lakes that have got activities, but not in that way, not children's fun things. So on the left is Naybridge Lake, and that's the lake where Matt and I got engaged. We got engaged on the evening on the 1st of May 2002. So showing my age. Then we got married on the 25th of May, a year later. This is a bumpy bit of road here, where they've dug it up and then put it back together again, not very well. So right is Ashton Keynes and Royal Wootton Bassett, but we're going straight on. On the left is Whitefriars Sailing Club, which is where Matt has got his dinghy. So we're members of that sailing club. So we do come out here quite often. So I'm heading to Lake 12, and hopefully it's not too busy that I can't get parked, because I'd like to have a coffee and a toasty if possible. It's 1:45. Can't remember what time we left. I'll have to look it up on the camera timestamps and see how long it can take me. It's usually about 45-50 minutes, depending on the traffic. Bit of an idiot. So the turning's coming up for late 12. Already a couple of cars just gone in, so might be too busy. That person coming out or just straightening up by the looks of it. There are some spaces up there. I'd like to get one looking over the water if possible. It's not as busy as I thought. It's a nice Aston. Yeah, managed to get a spot looking over the lake. Which is good. Not many people out on the lake either, which I thought there would be more. So I'm going to see if I can get some lunch. Had my lunch. I've picked up a coffee, so I'm going to head back home now. I'm not going to go back exactly the same way as I did before. When I get to Tetbury, I'm going to turn right and go, I think it's called Beverston, so out through Beverston, and then you come to some traffic lights by the Cotswolds Hotel and Spa, and so I'm going to turn left there onto the A46 to head home. Haven't shut my boot. Right, start again. Don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. So that was very pleasant. In this I'm on my own today. Matt would normally come with me. Something we would normally do together, but he's renovating his dinghy. So he's got a wayfarer that we keep on the lake at South Cerney, but he's been repainting it, and he wants to get it ready for when we go on holiday in a couple of weeks' time. So hoping to take it to Cornwall with us. So I'm out on my own this afternoon. To shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again. Don't know if I can find my way out. In this time. So I've just come back into Tetbury, and my right turn then that I want to take is right on those four-way traffic lights. So just waiting at those at the moment. So I've probably got a little wait. So get to go at last. And this is where we turn right. And everything is going up tight. So we're just coming into the village that I think is called Beverston. It's always really nice to drive through because it's got a really nice avenue of trees. Just looks really pretty. Yeah, it is called Beverston. But yeah, it's just really pretty.
The water is rising over me.
Not much to it, just a few houses. I think there's a church on the left.
The water is rising over me. The water is rising now, reaching. It's coming, I'm reaching. The water is rising over me. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching.
Yeah, I just always really like driving through that. So just coming up to the traffic lights where I turn left to go onto the A46, and on the right is the Cotswolds Hotel and Spa. Just had a bird run out in front of me, I think. Yeah, I did miss him. So I'm heading home now. I'm going back via Horton and Chippensodbury Common because I want to park up and take some photos of the car. I hope you've enjoyed coming along on the journey with me. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next journey. Bye.